We are going to discuss the affordable houses, how it works and how it is intended, the pros and cons of it. Of course, according to me, the pros are many, but we still have some cons. How can the government have affordable houses if it so wishes? I'll give one example that maybe you have 10 acres and you divide it into an eighth of an acre plot. That one makes 80 plots. Now selling those 80 plots, it will take a lot of time. It will take a lot of patience. It will take a lot of money. And it will take a lot of going from one office to another. Imagine you buy 10 acres, you have a master, a title deed for the 10 acres, then divide it into 80 plots. Each of it is an eighth of an acre, of an acre. That is 80 plots. Then each of the 80 plots, you allocate a different title deed for that. After allocating that, you start selling that, and you see, people, you cannot sell 80 plots at a go. It means that if you are lucky, you will sell the 80 plots in 1 year. But you see, for that 1 year, you have acquired that plot. You have acquired, then you have divided that, so you have paid for the division. You have paid for the new title deeds, and each of the 80 plots has a title deed. Then people start coming, and you are in it for profit. You are in it for profit twice. First of all, you are in it for profit on getting the plots. You buy the 10 acres. Of course, let's say each acre is a million shillings. You cannot sell them at a million shillings. 10 acres, that is 10 million shillings. You'll not sell that. You'll divide it and sell it piece by piece. It will take long for you to sell all the 80 plots. That time, you will be there earning from that. So you'll find that if you are having 10 acres and you're selling 80 plots, you may find that the price you want is about 20 to 25 acres of what you bought, considering all those things. Now that is for plots alone. Then comes the building. Supposing the 80 plots you have built houses. You have built houses. The houses will not be bought at a go. The houses will take time. Maybe from the time the first house is bought to the time the last house is, if you're lucky, 5 years. So this is where realtors come in. And you'll find that for the 5 years, realtors are doing that, and they have to get double price of what they invested. Because there is the profit, there is the employees who are working there, there are the watchmen, there is the fundis, and they are building houses that they are not even sure if they'll be bought, and so on and so forth. So you find that when you do that, a plot or a house costs a lot. This is how the affordable houses now come in. First of all, the plot, the 10 acres, is free. By free, I mean, for example, the county government surrenders 10 acres. So when it surrenders 10 acres, when you buy that house, you're buying a house that has no price tag for land. You know, when you the 10 acres I said, which has been divided into 8 acres, they'll come out this way. Let's say you're buying at so many million. In those millions you're buying, factor in the price of land. But in these affordable houses, the county government has given land free. So if the house is, say, 3 million, uh, let's say you factor in about 1 million shillings for what? For land. Again, the people who are building these houses, the 10 acres into 8 plots, are companies that are there for profit. They are there for profit, and even when they are selling, they have to put it up a bit higher because people are not ready. If you go for these affordable houses, already the people who have registered are more than the houses which are. You see, like today, 25th January, the president was in Meru. So he said we are going to build 7,000 houses there. And you'll find that in Meru, they have about 20,000 people who are ready. So affordable houses are also cheaper because when they are ready, they get people quickly. It is not like these other places where, let's say, a realtor company buys and then it takes about 5 years waiting and whatever. They'll charge you for the waiting. They'll charge you for what? And also, we have to put into consideration that if you look at those affordable houses, even those which are built in those towns that are not municipalities or even cities, you'll find that they are high 6 to so floors. 6 to so floors. So you find that the economy of scale of building a house while going upward is there. So that is how you find that the houses become cheap. But then there is the cons. We have talked about pros and we have to talk about cons. One, up to this time, 25th January 2024, the people who have been targeted to contribute money to those affordable houses are those who are in employment, where it is said that the employer deducts a certain amount from your salary, and then the employer adds a similar amount. That is a very good idea. What of those people who are not employed? What of those people who are in self-employment? And my estimation is that Kenyans who are on a constant payroll account for 20%. Now, how about the 80% who are not employed? And again, from where I sit here, from where I sit on this comfortable sofa, from where I sit, it appears as those who are working, it is compulsory. Yes, the Constitution says among the things that a Kenyan is entitled to, good housing and whatever. What of those people who are in employment and already have their own houses? What of those people? Because the Constitution says that you are entitled to a good place of residence. Suppose you don't want a good place of residence, you cannot be forced. What the Constitution says, suppose you want a good house and the government does not give you environmental, but you can decide to stay in a tent. So this thing appears to be compulsory, and some people are already have houses. Now, do you contribute when you already have a house? Do you contribute when you don't? You know, there are those who have houses and there are those who there are those who don't want house. They don't have houses. They don't have houses, but they don't want houses. Anataka kukaa kwa manyata, anataka kukaa kwa nyumba ya nyasi, anataka kukaa kwa hema, or even wants to stay with a relative. You can't force that person. And then, when this thing starts, you see, we may need 2 million houses. So we construct 1 million houses. But as time goes on, you'll find that the per capita number of houses being constructed will go down. Let's say we build 1 million at a go. You'll find that the second year, we may want to build 200,000. And then we continue that way until we reach a place where maybe we will want 100,000 per year. You know what I'm trying to say? There are some people who are there on the construction work. We have plumbers, we have whatever. Now, suppose magic happens and say American government or anywhere, or a donor, or even Habitat comes and gives Kenya $1 billion, construct 7 million houses, and people stay there. Of course, every year we have adults going into. The number of people dying is less than those who are becoming adults. So we will have more and more houses. If we have, let's say, 20 million houses, we'll still have maybe even 10,000 new houses required every time. Now you'll find that those people, the electrician, the plumber, the mjengo, the everything, it will reach a time when the number will reduce. Where will you take those people? Especially now that they have worked for 5 years, used to employment. I hope you understand that. And then, all civil servants are, or not all civil servants, but all employed people are compelled to contribute. But we have some profession like civil service, where you have some profession like civil service where people move a lot. Take myself as an example. I started working in West Pokot, went to Wajir, went to Mandera, left Mandera, went to Eldoret. From Eldoret, I went to Nakuru. From Nakuru, I went to Iten. From Iten, I went back to Nakuru. Now, if I'm allocated a house, where will it be? Will it be the place where I work? Will it be my royal home? Because what I'm seeing as of now, I would have even said that the affordable house be constructed at somebody's royal home. Royal home. But these things are being placed so far they are being placed in county headquarters. Now, if they are placed in county headquarters, suppose like what I've mentioned, I'm not the mzee that I am, but I'm newly employed the way I was when I came out of GSU training school. And I'm taken to Kapenguria. So I'm given a house in Kapenguria. It is not where I come from. It is not where I'll be transferred throughout. And then, lastly, it is calculated that you pay that house in approximately 30 years. For most workers, 30 years is the retirement age. Now, you're paying for a house which will be yours when you retire. Isn't that paying just rent? You're paid rent all your working life. And maybe you're just like when you are retiring, as you are be given your pension, you're also given a house. I think this thing they have to rethink, and they have to involve such questions as I've mentioned. Thank you.